Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all feet flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
There we go, Pac-Man.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Check 24. Check 24.
Brandon. 6-6. Pull it high.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
64. Quick dash. Go.
They run with Howard. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go. Hey, climb 2. Come here. Hey, Delta.
56, Mike. 56. Too low.
Now Wentz on third down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now this throw caught left side. That's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. First and 10 right at the 20. Breeze now to throw. Again has it complete. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Throwing again on second down. Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal.
57's a mark. 56.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one after the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title battle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
180. Check, 47. Wall, get wall. Other side, solid.
On first, they go right back to Howard. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 45 on second down, Wentz. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And Howard stopped short. He didn't get there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And they work this out past the 25. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Ready. 5-9. Mike 37. Watch the run. You're good. You're good. Right forward. Ready. Hey, Foxtrot. Foxtrot. 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
Now on 2nd and 13. Breeze. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 13.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Switch. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 75 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Yes, Michael Thomas is a volume receiver, but he can also make some really big plays, especially with Drew Brees throwing the football.
I love the way you described it. Volume receiver who could also make big plays. In other words, if you underestimate him, he'll run past you or he'll just jump over the top of you and continue to make those big plays.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Check.
This man was a Saint for 3 years. It's Darren Sproles. And he stopped immediately there. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Running with Howard. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Aguilar has it. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Sproles. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The throw by Wentz, caught by Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 67 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
But listen, I used to hear my old man talking about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
He'll let it fly in the direction again. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Watch Mike. Hey, Steve 6.
Breeze to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Breeze. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here we go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
First down, Philadelphia.
20. Watch the car.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sheldon Rankins busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Davenport gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow here.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 92 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
Hey, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Wentz now throw. Screen pass to Sproles. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Sproles. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Cameron Jordan made the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here? And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Sproles, the return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They'll run it with Sproles. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Check 13. Check 13. Play 4, Tokyo.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. From midfield, here's Wentz. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Wentz now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Working from the gun, Wentz. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
20. 27, Mike.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. 2nd half action back underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Kill. Bang, 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 bang. General West.
They start the 2nd half with Kamara. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Breeze. And Thomas has it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A gain of 11. It's now 3rd and 2.
Yellow lady. Record.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they've got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And some space here. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 35.
Now that's the kind of run that fires up an entire team. Tackled at the 2-yard line. For the defensive guys, a little bit of a sigh of relief, though, that they stopped him short of the goal line. Now they got to figure out how to shore up the rest of the defense.
Now Breeze. That's caught at the 2. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. What's good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Sproles. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Throwing now is Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Harris to return. .21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Looking to throw on second down. Breeze flushed out right. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. A give to Kamara running right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long.
It's third down and 12.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on third and 12.
No surprise at all.
Now Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ted Ginn. 28 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll begin the drive with Howard. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Again, it's Howard. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big gain there on 3rd and long. Give him 52 yards on the ground. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. Toss play, Kamara. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Breeze. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Zach Brown in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Delayed give to Sproles. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. This is Harris. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Ready. 5-9. Ricky. Hey, easy.
On 1st down, Murray. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 15 to be exact. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. Let's go. Man left, man left. Hey.
They run from the shotgun with Washington. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Ready? Yellow lady.
Mike 57. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
Over. Ready, cut.
On the delay, this is Murray. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.